Hi, and welcome to the Weird Teachers Classcast. Just like episode 1, today I've got kind of a crusade to go on, kind of a response to do to something else that I've seen online. Some of you may have seen it if you're in the education field. Somebody on your Facebook wall or your Twitter feed has probably shared it. It's an article from the Washington Post called "I Would Love to Teach, But..." And it's this teacher going on and on about why she quit teaching. And a lot of people I've seen have been sharing it like it's a good thing. And I completely disagree. So on the blog, I wrote a response to that. And I feel like because a blog is just not enough, I need to say it too. So I'm going to read the response that I wrote to this teacher, who's anonymous. The woman who posted the story on the Washington Post didn't post this teacher's name, which is fine. But I have no problem posting my name. My name is Doug Robertson. How you doing? At the Weird Teacher on the tweet. So here's my response to the Washington Post article, which you should probably read first. I'll put a link or where the address where you can find it right down here. A lot of teachers feel this way, and I've seen this article in a few places now. I think it's true that a lot of the problems in this system are hurting our ability to do our jobs. But if you're that upset by it, you need to A, get out, or B, decide to forget all that noise and teach how you think you should teach. Let them fire me for being great at my job, because I will be as great as I can be in whatever situation you put me in. I am going to be as in control of my little universe as I possibly can. I'm going to get loud politically to be a force for change. I'm going to be involved in the decision-making process at my school and go to district meetings. They will hear my voice. Got a terrible admin? Move. Find someone better, because there are better admins out there. Be brave and take control of your life and control of your job. Remove an excuse. If you have the teaching gene, you will find a way to teach. This teacher became the problem. She became a bad teacher. She let that happen. Listen. In the time to follow, I gave up. I taught the bare minimum and didn't feel like my students learned anything of value, but they all got good grades. End quote. Oh, the grades I gave didn't change, so why try to teach at all? Grades don't matter that much. You're hurting the kids because you felt sorry for yourself. An administrator dictating final grades does not remove your ability to do your whole job. Just a part. Frankly, a less important part. You can still teach. You can still assess. You can still modify instruction based on assessment. You know, the point of assessments. Oh, some parents make the job hard and they complain and they don't support me. Maybe. Some of them. Not all of them. I've had plenty of rock star parents. Dwell on the awful ones or rejoice in the great ones. Do what you can for the parents, but at the end of the day, you have that child for 8 hours. Make the most of it despite their home life. Stop finding the negative and focusing myopically on it. She's part of the problem, and this letter makes it worse and not better. She admits as much. How could I be part of the solution? Could I be part of the solution? Of course. That's in her letter. Could I be part of the solution? Of course. Then she makes excuses about how useless it is to even try to be part of the solution when no one listens to teachers. Meanwhile, her letter goes viral. This only gives teachers more excuses, a greater feeling of institutional helplessness. I can't make a difference, so why try? Because when someone else tried, they couldn't. Like one person can't create change in the face of institutional distress. Teach that lesson today on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This attitude lets those above us feel like they're winning. Unions are broken and contracts are terrible because so many teachers feel helpless because they bought the hype. You teach because you have to. Because no matter the bull from above and below, no matter all the idiotic policy changes and political posturing, you have to teach. No matter the ignorant things people say about the job, you know they have no idea, and you have to teach. Take the opinions of morons personally at your peril. These opinions aren't new, you can just hear them better now. Focusing on the negative is a choice. You won't because you have to teach, because you're too strong for the voices of the loud, angry few to bring you down. This is not the education in this country This is not the education in this country is now this way. It's not. That's the narrative you're being sold, and that's the narrative you're helping to contribute, but it's not at all. It's the narrowest view of the ugliest things in education. She sounds like she was a great teacher until she gave up. We are stronger for losing her. We are weaker for her spreading her poison of helplessness. I'm not saying the problems she outlines aren't real. They are. I'm saying we all need to step up and fight to fix them, not lay down and complain. At every turn, every time this teacher was confronted with an obstacle, according to what she wrote, she gave up and got weaker and hurt her students and her school and her profession. Step forward. Teach because you have the teaching gene. But fight and rally and push back and create change and find new avenues and impact policy and refuse to roll over when things get hard. Or get out. Because letters like this don't make our situation better. They make it worse. It creates nodding heads and grumbles and deeper helplessness, allowing us to be pushed around even more. Teachers, we need to recognize problems. Then we need to get active to fix them. In our classrooms, in our schools, in our districts, in our state, and in our country. We can. It's not easy, and it's not fun, and it won't be quick. But the bigger the groundswell, the better we can be. For our profession, and for our kids. In the end, we have to find a way for it all to be about our kids. Portland and Medford are having a hard time right now. I stand with you guys. I respect you fighting for what we all deserve. Kind of a downer today, but hopefully an inspirational downer. Everybody have a wonderful afternoon. Have a good day. Have a good long weekend, depending on when I get this posted. And class dismissed.